Welcome back, everyone. This is going to be episode 2 of the 1,000 to 10,000 challenge, buying and selling just Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm going to be honest, I've been a little bit lazy when it comes to listing cards. I've listed lots, but there's still a lot of cards that we've got to sell. In this video, you'll see the collection that I bought. We'll go over some of where we are when it comes to the math, and then I'll talk a little bit about how it's kind of been difficult to find good lots to buy. But some of the things, I mean, we sold quite a bit. We sold these cards today. It's like 5 orders. Sold one of these PSA cards. It's a Legendary Duelist Dark Magician Girl. It was supposedly free. PSA 9. It's like $24 or something. But one of the shocking things is this Red Eyes. This is the LOB reprint 25th anniversary Red Eyes. This is a $40 card. Like, that's shocking to me. I had no idea this was going to be $40, but hey, listen, I listed it and it got sold like the next day. That person also bought some MRD reprints. So, I don't know what y'all are doing out here paying $40 for mass printed LOB reprint stuff, but anyways. So where we are on the math is up here. Kind of row 24 is where we were last time. Now we're up to row 106. Now there's lots of cards. Like, there was a guy who just came in and bought a whole bunch of commons and cards worth not a lot. So I just lumped those into one. I don't know. Maybe we've sold 100 cards since then. But here we are with the math. We have a total of $480 kind of in the bank. That's our kind of spending limit. We are 53% through the first collection we bought. I haven't listed much of this $90 collection. I've listed some stuff, but you'll kind of see what my plan is for that one later. And we are 480 bucks. We're doing okay. I would have hoped some of this stuff would sell a little bit faster, but we're getting through it. We're selling stuff every day. And on to the next stuff. All right, well, here is our updates for new cards and some other discussion points. I think somebody said this card is worth 3 digits. It is not. This is the 25th anniversary edition, not the original print. So if you want to give me 3 digits for it, hey, I'm open to that. But I don't think that's worth 3 digits. The Gaias, I did not notice that one of them is reverse. So this one's not, but it is ultra name. So you can see the ultra name, but this one is reverse secret rare. So it's a double misprint, and it's worth quite a bit more, even in mod play condition, than this one. So I'm asking about like 130 for the pair. This one's damaged. Seeing if I can get 130 for those two offline, not on eBay. And then this is our collection. It was I think it was like 90 bucks, something like that. Really cool cards, man. I really don't know the prices of these cards, but man, I want to keep so many of them. They're so cool. Vampire's Curse from Phantom Darkness. And I think the guy, when he went and put these little stickers on there, I think he was a little bit harsh. Like, this is mint. I would love to grade this. I know it's not worth that much, but it is mint. This is MP, and I'll show you what the guy said for MP. So, I mean, that's pretty clean. It's just got, like, some waxing on the back. I'm not sure. I mean, MP, it's pretty nice. Troll and Toad near mint. Really cool cards. Force back. Supercharge, which is awesome. This card goes really hard. The Asian English variant. Force Focus, just a cool camera. This is really cool. I didn't know this existed. This looks like a Pokemon card. Blackwing card, Shining Darkness. The beginning of the end. This thing is really minty as well. It unfortunately doesn't have the best texture, and it kind of just looks like a black square. But, you know, that's kind of neat. Cyberblader. Pretty cool card. I am such a sucker for Ultimate Rares, man. There's this Odin card. The Norse gods are absolutely incredible. I mean, that is just beautiful. I actually have quite a few copies of this card, and I really don't want to sell it. Seed of Flame is a card that is really cool. It's Crossroads of Chaos, and first edition. I mean, look at this texture. That's really cool. Trying to get it to focus. There you go. Look at that texture. Really, really cool card. Psychic Overload. Nice. Shadow Slayer. Hyper Psychic Blaster Assault Mode. This is a really cool looking card. I don't think I have one of these. Also very, very minty. This is cool. This is a mirror wall from Pharaoh's Servant. It's first edition. Very, very clean card. It is not a PSA 10, but it's, I mean, it's nice. Very nice. Confiscation. So this is heavy played. I actually haven't seen this one. Let's see what he says heavy played is. These are European English, by the way. Maybe because, oh yeah, I can kind of see it. That one's probably accurate. Heavily played. Return Zombie. Premium Pack 1. Here's an Elemental Lord. Moline Glacia. Diffusion Wave Motion from MFC. I thought this card was expensive because it's an MFC secret rare, but it's worth like nothing. The OG Trish from Hidden Arsenal 4 is really cool. I mean, that's just a cool card. Dark General Freed is a card that I think is underrated. I think I have a graded version of this. Imperial Order, Pharaoh's Servant, first edition. Vision Hero from Generation Force. Okay. Blue Rose Dragon. Another card I think is a little bit underrated. Dark Horse is cool. Wish that was Ultimate. Toon Summon Skull. These are Europeans. Awesome. And then a Noble Knight Brothers. So, gonna work on selling this stuff. There's the really minty stuff. I'll probably hold off and figure out what I'm gonna do. The really minty stuff is really just, that one's pretty minty, and that, like those, I think Supercharge was as well, but those are all really minty, so I'll figure out what I want to do with those. But in terms of new cards for the challenge, that's where we are. Okay, here's our setup, and these are cards that are listed. These are commons and bulk that we need to go through. There's that Gaia. We also need to, I think we went through this and did, actually we might not have done condition. But we got to go through this and see if these are the cards that we would want to grade. So let's finalize that. So let's go through some of these stacks here and take out what we want to sell and then figure out what we're going to do with the bulk. If we can just sell that online, you know, maybe the whole thing for like $10 plus shipping, that'd be good. But the other thing here is I need to get rid of some of these paladins. As I talked about earlier, I have a lot of these dark paladins that I kind of forgot about. But let's get started on our challenge lot. Alright, so our methodology for these cards are going to be just like what we did for the other stacks. We're going to review them and put dots on the conditions. So, let's see. Legendary Fisherman. This thing looks kind of busted. Yeah, corner damage. Yeah, not too good. Okay. An OG Time Wizard, Unlimited. That's also busted. Serpent Knight. Okay, similar. You can already see, ooh, it's not that bad. You can tell from the case that's going to be an MP. Oops. You know, the thing about modern Yu-Gi-Oh is it's really cool to see them print. Like, I like Starlights. I don't like quarter centuries. I think that the kind of premium gold lettering is just awful. It looks so cheap, and I just really don't enjoy it. But Starlights, on the other hand, especially the Japanese cards look fantastic. I believe in this lot, these cards were, like, I was basically paying for the binder, and then the rest of the stuff was just thrown in, because that's what he told me. You know, I didn't verify that. Maybe I should have, but kind of just said, hey, yeah, you're basically paying for the binder, the cards in the binder. These cards are so cool, man. Super nice. And typically they're in good shape because they're very easy. Very nice card stock. Everybody knows about them. But they are super cool. Probably sell this as a set on eBay. But yeah, I think the direction that they're going with Starlights and collector rares and all this stuff is they are kind of putting the stuff into the ground. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they did the same thing with ghost rares at some point. When they see, hey, sales aren't too good, we need something else to, you know, boost these sales, sell these boxes. Just put a ghost rare in every pack. You know, I mean, they've done that before, right, with Haunted Mine. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did it again. Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is really not about any kind of investment, because stuff just gets reprinted. You know, even with, like, the new overframe stuff, I mean, there are people out there saying, oh my goodness, it's the first one. Look at this, it's the first overframe in the TCG. Who cares? I mean, the first Starlight in the TCG, do you know what it was? It was that Marioness Seahorse thing in that trap card, I think. How much are those cards worth? Go ahead, look it up. I bet it's like basically nothing. I think these were all like throw-ins because they're kind of damaged. But Metal Zoa, that's cool. These look to be okay. But yeah, I mean, if you're out there and you got one of those overframes, please sell it. Sell it right now. Even if you really like the card, sell the card. Buy it, come back in 6 months. It'll be worth, you know, a quarter of the price. Same thing we saw happen with Magia, right? you know, that card is not going to hold up well, even if they'll print it in some kind of different rarity, a ghost rare maybe, who knows. I don't think this card's worth grading, right? It's probably just better off being sold raw. Gonna grade that and that. This stuff, you know, I just kind of don't feel like taking stuff out of top loaders right now, so I'm gonna leave that alone. And we're gonna move over to commons. That's right. We're gonna look through some commons. Just looking for, like, maybe the rares are worth taking out and selling. Rares and first editions. Otherwise, because people actually do buy the first edition commons. I actually have some stuff listed, and there's also some of these cards people like, even if they're not first edition. The common cards. This guy must have, like, these commons look really nice. He must have opened a box or something. I've always thought that was cool. I like that. It's SDY, even though it's busted, someone will pay for it. See, this is what I'm talking about. People will always buy polys, and because it's usable. They use it in decks. MST as well. 7 tools. SDJ. Here's your random in bulk. It's damaged, sure, but hey, it's worth more than nothing. So, but yeah, I mean, like I was saying about the Magician Souls in the last video, I mean, the cards do look great, you know. And the good thing is, they don't really gatekeep the cool cards anymore, which is, I think it's a good thing. It's more accessible to collectors, to people not trying to come in and spend, these are all first edition, you know, thousands of dollars on cards they want. They have the option to get some of the lower end stuff, which is sometimes the same rarity, you know, for, you know, 1/10 of the price, because the set code is different. You don't need to pay, you don't need to overpay like crazy. I'll probably wind up selling all these Japanese cards together. I don't know. I don't think anybody's gonna buy them, to be honest. I gotta find a way to just get rid of them. To be honest, when I buy collections, typically they don't come with commons. People usually sell that separately, or they ask, you know. If it's free, I'll take it. Like if we've negotiated a price, and you know, I don't know why some of these new cards this guy has are not in great shape. That's a holo? I didn't know that card came in holo. But obviously this stuff, yes, good stuff. The commons and rares. But, you know, I mean, I bought a lot of them myself. There's a lot of those Starlights and collector's rares that just look great, and they cost nothing. Pot of Greed came out in the 2025 Megaton, and you can just get that for just a couple bucks, man. I mean, it's really cool how accessible cards are. A lot of them, anyways. I really like that. Like, I've got a lower end binder I've been working on for years, and it's got speed duels and a lot of those tin promos that, you know, actually some of them slowly going up in price. We can maybe do a revisit of some of that stuff and see if any of it's worth more than what I paid, or if it all went down because of reprints. But there's the EP1, and then a bunch of That looks like it's hollow, but man, that's a thick card. That's probably it. Yeah, that's probably it. That's it of our commons. We did our condition stuff. Probably the next step here is to go ahead and list the cards that I just did the condition as quickly as we can get stuff listed. We can get stuff sold and we can start making some money back. Because we're still in the hole here. But that's one thing. On to the next. Hopefully we have a little bit better lighting, but I'm going to go through some orders as well as try to list the majority of this stack. I've gone through, y'all saw, and did the conditions, and so now it's time to get this stuff listed. One of the things I was thinking about last time I talked about graded cards, and I think one of the challenges with graded cards is it costs money and it's kind of expensive, even with CGC. So we're really going to have to think about, do we even grade anything? Can we even grade anything? Because it's going to eat into our costs or the amount of money we have for this challenge. So we're going to have to revisit that at some point. But what we did sell, we sold a Buster Blader. This was just 25 bucks. This was free. I don't know if that was true or not, but you know, he said these were throw-ins. So the way I'm going to do this is I click on all, well actually these orders are all going to be like 1 or 2 cards, which is good and bad. I kind of prefer people to buy multiple cards at once. Like this one's 3 cards, but we're just going to go through and we're going to do our labels and you know, we're going to prepare our shipping. So let's go through that. What do you guys think of this art? Do you like it, or do you think it's mid? I personally just... What do you think of these gold rares? What do you think of these gold rares? I've never... I gotta give a shout out to all these old school cards. I didn't know that the OG Mirror Force, $25. One of the things I wanted to touch on was some of these lots that you see, and I'm almost always a buyer at 60%. This was a lot that was 60% that I didn't go for, and I'll talk about why. It was a pretty good price. It was $400, but the only thing wrong with it is that almost all the value was here in this one card. If you can see, this Horus level 8 ultimate rare first edition, really expensive card. This Raigeki is Asian English, unfortunately, but everything else is kind of cheap. I mean, some cool cards here. Card Trader's really nice. That's an ulti. But everything here, unlimited, some first edition stuff. Pretty low end stuff, or like mid-tier. But I really don't like having a whole bunch of money in 1 or 2 cards, especially if it's something like Horus. If you think about it, people who have money to buy this card aren't going to want to buy a moderately played version. So I'd really just have to sit here and sit with this card and wait. So even though this lot was 60%, pretty good price, unfortunately, I would buy this lot for 60% without the Horus, and the guy didn't want to do that. And so if his sale falls through with, I think he'll sell it without Horus, but I really don't want to buy this Horus. I honestly really don't want the Regeki either, but the Horus especially, I don't want to put that much money into one card. So that's all I really had to say about that.